Welcome in Robert Macedonio. He's the attorney of Rex Heuermann's ex-wife, Asa Ellerup. Robert, we want to thank you very much for being here, for your debut here in our studio here at NewsNation. Thank you so much. So, listen, I've been covering this case, following you around, watching the developments. I've just got to ask you how your client is doing, because these two new developments are very significant.
She's doing very well. The two new developments, we anticipated those being the outcomes of the two decisions of Justice Mazie, so it was not a surprise to her at all. So she's doing well. She's adjusting to the new life that she's had the last 2.5 years.
Right. So, I mean, they're now divorced, but
Yes.
Is she still seeing him? Does she go to visit him?
She still does see him, not as frequent as she was. She was going weekly. She travels a lot. She's trying to set herself up down in South Carolina, but she does still see him and does still speak to him.
You know, when all of this first started, we asked you, we were chasing you at the courthouse in and out, and she said, you had told us that she'd said she didn't believe that he could be capable of it, and she wanted to see for herself. That's why she continues to go to court, to listen to the evidence, right? Has her views changed?
She still has a difficult time processing that the man she was married to for 27 years is capable of these horrific crimes. As we see more and more evidence laid out in the courtroom, she's listening. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where she's at right now, but she's still processing everything and still has a difficult time believing that he was capable of this if he did do it.
Right. And what's really interesting for people who might just be joining us and don't know the case, there is the nuclear DNA has to do with some of the hairs that were found on the victims that were tied back to Rex Heuermann's home in Massapequa Park on Long Island. And a couple of those hairs allegedly match up with Asa. She's not charged with anything.
No.
That would be a transference thing as far as we can tell. But this is a devastating development for the case as a whole, that the nuclear DNA evidence will be allowed into trial.
Again, we anticipated that decision was going to allow the DNA evidence into the trial. Her hair, I think Victoria's hair, and I believe also Rex's first wife's hair were found on some of the bodies, including Rex's. That is a significant development. It does make the prosecution's case a little bit stronger in the circumstantial case, because remember, there are no eyewitnesses to this murder. So it's all circumstantial, phone records, DNA records, and then his forensic diagnosis of his computer with the planning document, all leading to Rex.
Right, and of course this spans so many years. I mean, we're going back to 1993,
yes.
And this is a case that has really plagued Long Island for so long, and it's been a fascinating case to watch develop, and now we're getting closer to trial. Everybody says, when is the trial date? When are we going to trial? And I got to tell you, and I know that you know this because you're so closely involved in it at the courthouse, people are speculating that there could be a plea deal and that he's not going to go to trial at all. Now that all the nuclear DNA is going in, now that it's going to be one trial and all of that evidence gets into one courtroom, what's the word on the street? I mean, is it just because that is normally the speculation that happens as we get closer to a trial? Nobody wants a Brian Kohberger case to happen. The families want answers. But what's going on with this rumor?
I can assure you there'll be no surprises, that they're not going to announce Monday there's going to be a plea. With any criminal case, there were always discussions of a plea. I'm not aware if there a plea going on in this case. That's going to be a decision between Mr. Tierney's office and Mike Brown, Rex's attorney. A plea is always beneficial to both sides in the sense that it spares the victims of the horrific details and the gory nature of the way these young ladies were murdered, and also it spares Rex's daughter and family of listening to certain items of evidence he may not out there, but I'm not aware of any plea discussions at this point.
All right, well,
thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.